our body. We aren't always thinking about how the types of shoes we wear or how our daily routines may be impacting the health of our feet. But April is National Foot Health Awareness Month, and in light of that, we are giving them the attention they deserve. Joining me now is Dr. Ode Nasser from the Henry Ford Health System. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This is a great conversation to have, especially as we now get into the spring and summer, because a lot more women are more inclined, I think, to pull out their high heels and go out and enjoy themselves. And then also you've got runners,
yes,
you know, who are getting into racing and that sort of thing, or just as the weather warms up. So tell me about what you brought here, because I want people to know the do's and the don'ts.
Okay, so generally I always try to tell people that they're going to want to wear a specific shoe for the activity they're doing, whether they're, you know, running, hiking. Don't wear a running shoe while you're hiking. It can lead to conditions such as ankle sprains and injuries. As you see, we have a running shoe, and then this is a trainer. Running shoes are generally designed for a heel-to-toe motion and running in a straight direction. They also will have more cushioning in the heel and more support in the heel. Whereas a trainer, definitely not as supportive. You don't have the height difference here. These are better for exercises such as plyometrics or any type of high intensity gym class where you're going to be moving side to side, whereas if you wear something like this, you're more likely going to sprain your ankle. You can also see these are a lot more rigid and supportive than something like this.
That doesn't look like that gives you a lot of support, and you definitely don't want to be using these to run.
Not long distance. Patients who wear something like this and run for 4 to 5 miles a day come in with conditions such as plantar fasciitis, heel pain, stress fractures of the long bones of the foot too.
And people can actually go get tested to figure out which shoe they need for their foot. But I want to move on to the high heels, because us ladies, we abuse our feet, quite honestly, with high heels. And a shoe that looks exactly like this actually caused a pinched nerve in my foot that really screwed me up for quite a while. Talk to us about that. I mean, the wear and tear that really has on your feet.
So wearing a high heel is pretty detrimental to the foot. It puts you in a position, as you can see, this is extremely high arch, a lot of pressure on the forefoot. Generally, we'll see the pinched nerves, as you said, neuromas, metatarsal stress fractures even. Another condition too that we also commonly see is hammer toes and bunions. Now these, once they start to come about, they're really irreversible. If they are painful, you're going to have to undergo surgery to correct the deformity.
Yeah, something as simple as a shoe. I mean, wearing it's hard to believe that. And tell me what most people come in and see a podiatrist for.
Generally, we see a lot of plantar fasciitis in the summertime.
What is that for people that don't know?
So that is a very thick ligament on the bottom of your foot. It helps hold an arch. Generally, that becomes very inflamed. It's caused due to wearing the wrong shoes or having a specific foot type, whereas if you have flat feet, you're more prone to this. Now, you'll start feeling sharp shooting pain in the heels first thing in the morning when you take a step, and gradually it will decrease the more you walk. Generally, to treat this, you're going to want to stretch daily. Do the calf stretches, take Motrin, deep tissue massage, frozen water bottle, step on it and roll it under your heel. This will help.
All good advice.
If this does not improve, you're going to want to see a podiatrist for different types of treatments.
I was going to ask you, I mean, there's so many things that you guys do, but a lot of people aren't familiar about a podiatrist being a foot specialist. At what point do people need to come in and see a specialist and maybe not go to just a regular doctor, or maybe not just self-diagnose, self-medicate?
Off the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
So whenever you have pain for longer periods of times, I'd say a week to 2 weeks, it's not improving, you're going to definitely want to see a podiatrist. The problem is, if you let it go on too long, you tend to change the way you walk to augment your walking to decrease the foot pain. This will lead to other joints causing pain in your hips, knees, things like that.
Hard to believe that it starts with your feet and it connects to so many other parts of the body. So you do want to take care of the feet. They really do deserve it.
Definitely.
And so much else that we could have talked about, but another time we'll have to run through everything. Thank you so much for coming on. Again, Dr. Ode Nasser with the Henry Ford Health System.